What's up, guys? Carson here bringing another video today. I'm back on Vanguard. Got an update today. I don't actually think it did much once again. So they supposedly nerfed the shotguns again. I don't want to believe that already. The company was like, wow, that's a problem. We're gonna nerf it into oblivion, and then didn't do that after they said they were gonna do it. I just don't have much faith in them at this point. I really don't. You know, I've kind of given up hope. But I lied. There is actually no but. There really isn't. Damn. January 20th, multiplayer bug fixes. The major one, corrected unintended behavior with Buck and Slug, which resulted in players getting headshot bonuses when shooting limbs. Very interesting as to why how they finally said what was wrong with it. So, you know, you shot someone in the kneecap and you got a headshot multiplier and just killed him instantly. I guess that makes sense as to why they died so easily. I guess. Like, a single pellet could have killed him. I'm gonna be honest. It was really broken, not gonna lie. Apparently they fixed the fortified perk, which are no longer immune to any fire damage, including the flame knot or incendiary grenade. Honestly, we honestly need it. We really do, especially in hardcore. Yeah, no, you need something just to stay immune. I was very okay with that perk be broken, but of course, you know, they fixed that. Akimbo double barrel shotgun, damage has been reduced. The attachments, fucking Slug, range has been reduced. This was needed, I will fully admit. I loved abusing it. Oh, it was so much fun though. So it was a lot of fun, not gonna lie. The only takeaway from this, which is good, is the shotgun nerf. If it sticks, if it's really nerfed, unless something else breaks, you know, unless this happens again, probably gonna happen again, gonna be honest. If this sticks, cool, awesome, great. Now the whole fortified perk being no longer immune to fire, just revert that back. I'd much rather just never deal with fire ever again. Also, shouldn't have put the incendiary grenade in the game in the first place. That was a dumb idea. No, look, you had the thermite already, and you literally had 2 fires already. You didn't need to add a 3. On completely different news, Call of Duty could be changing literally forever, and I am not even kidding. You know, I'm sure if unless you lived under a rock, you've heard the news. Microsoft has acquired Activision Blizzard for about $70 billion. With Microsoft buying Activision, they now own so many games. You know, all the games are already on top of Xbox, you know, Xbox exclusive games, stuff like that. Xbox already has a lot of games. And now to go and purchase Activision, which has a decent amount of games, one of them being Call of Duty, it makes a lot of money, I'm not gonna lie. Warzone made $5 million a day or in a week or something like that. I think that's what one of the reports said a while back. So Activision is still staying a company though. They're gonna be independent for about another year. This will not happen until about 2023. End of 2023, I think, maybe the middle of. Could be wrong about that, gonna be honest. And honestly, in my own opinion, I think this could be a really good purchase. I like the move. It's you know, on paper, it's like, wow, this could change everything for the better or the worse. Just depends on how they want to roll the dice and how they want to treat the game and treat the company and yada yada yada, stuff like that. I mean, it just really depends on how they want to how they want to go about it. And of course, there's definitely some controversy right now about the purchase and all that stuff like that. So, you know, Activision is under some lawsuits. You know, once again, if you've been sleeping under a rock, you'd have no idea what's going on. But if you do have any idea what's going on, you know what it's about, and you know what it's for. So, you know, people are like, why is Microsoft buying this company that, you know, is like this and stuff like that? Well, I understand they're buying the company, and you're like, oh, this could be good or bad. Well, this is very true. It could be very good, it could be very bad. It just really depends on what Microsoft does with the purchase. And by that, I mean, you know, they could take everything into effect, fix a lot of things, change the workspace of, you know, Activision itself, and change, you know, how people interact with other people and how they, you know, go about working together. I believe it was said it was frat boyish, how it was kind of stated, and like, you know, that's kind of like a frat boy house was the workplace, is what it sounded like. So if Microsoft can change, you know, this frat boy look that they have currently, that would be amazing. I really think they can. I'm gonna be honest, I think it's needed. Something definitely needs to be changed about the company, that's for sure. I think we can all agree with that. But I think the purchase is good because now something will happen. Now, of course, you know, you have the people like, well, what happens if Xbox makes everything exclusive, like Call of Duty? Real quick, look at me. If anyone thinks that, they are not about to take away all of that money that they can make from Sony too. Because now Microsoft owns Call of Duty, and why would they make it Xbox exclusive, so they can only make money off one platform and take away money from both platforms. So they would be losing billions and billions and billions of dollars if they took it away from, you know, like the other console like that they're competing with, even though the console wars are pretty much dead. I'm gonna be honest. All in all, I think it's a good purchase. I really don't see Microsoft becoming a tyrant with their games and, you know, wanting to limit the amount of people who can buy their games and limit their amount of money. If anything, they're definitely going to keep exclusive Xbox games, and Sony's going to keep PlayStation exclusive games, because that's just how companies are. Like, they're two different companies. Of course, they're going to have their own games that the other person just can't play. That's just, you know, common knowledge. Now, to say they would get rid of an entire brand, or like, you know, pretty much like a brand, like Call of Duty's like a brand, like, and to say that they would get rid of an entire game, that's just, you know, that's just not business smart. Like, if, you know, if talks really came up like, hey, we're gonna remove Call of Duty off of the PlayStation Store, and then no other PlayStations can play the game ever again. Dude, the amount of backlash they would get from that would be astronomical. That's for sure. So I don't think we have anything to worry about, you know, like Call of Duty going anywhere. You know, I don't think we have to worry about Halo going to PlayStation at all. That's for sure. If you want to play it, you can play it on PC, or if you got Xbox, you can play it on Xbox. If you want to own both consoles, that's even better. You can own both consoles. And then there's Nintendo, just chilling, gonna be honest. They're not really doing anything. They're just kind of vibing with the games they have. With that purchase of Microsoft buying Activision for, like I said, 70 billion, or at least roughly, one day later, literally one day later, Sony stock value loses 20 billion. Like, Microsoft buying that literally lost Sony like a good $20 billion in like a day. That's a lot of money, I'm gonna be honest. Now, of course, they will bounce back, you know, if they eventually ever sell PlayStation 5s ever again. Season 2, whatever the next major update is for this game, has been delayed until, what, February 14th. So they pushed it back because they knew they weren't gonna get it done on time. And a lot of people are kind of like, oh, this is Microsoft's influence. I honestly think it is. And another thing with this whole major purchase, you know, we get yearly Call of Duties, and a lot of people have been like, yo, can we just not do that and get a full, complete, finished game? It had, you know, been recently talked about throughout the, you know, like the presses and the phone calls that they're doing and stuff like that. It had come out that is now public knowledge that the Activision CEO kept pushing yearly games because they just needed the money. Apparently they just needed the money. He didn't care what stance of the game was, how sturdy it was, how ready it was for launch. He didn't care. He said, I want it released. You know, all these unfinished games that we've, you know, been getting are literally because of the CEO that owns it currently. So Microsoft is actually, like, seriously thinking about changing the cycle. I'm on the fence about it. Like, yes, I do want a new COD every year. I think it'd be cool to have a new COD every year if that Call of Duty is gonna be finished. I understand his point of view, like, oh, just release the game, let the game go out, we'll fix it later. But when you do that, you know, you cause this problem in the community where, like, oh, I am sick and tired of getting a unfinished game every single year for the past 4 or 5 years. Is it directly Sledgehammer's fault that the game is so broken? Definitely not. I'm gonna be honest. It really isn't. It is not just their fault. Is it their fault that we're in World War II and playing another World War II game after they already made a World War II game a while back? Absolutely. I think Microsoft can definitely do a better job than Activision in the first month of them owning it, I'm gonna be honest.